I can't feel my face now.
And someday we'll all pause long enough to wonder how this could have happened in a country that claims to love the civil rights movement and build monuments to it. But that's in the future. For now, the White House just wants us to shut up and celebrate, because henceforth, every official Joe Biden hires will be a first. Not the first in achievement, not the first in the class. No, better than that, much better. First in appearance. The first person who looks a certain way or sleeps with a certain kind of person. The first in identity. That's what matters. So you can imagine it was with deep and justifiable pride that the administration announced that after a grueling nationwide search, they had finally located a gay White House communications director. Hooray! The news was announced by America's first illiterate White House press secretary. Watch her beam.
And I look forward to welcoming Ben LeBolt. As you all know, he has been announced to replace Kate as communications director back to the White House. I also know that Ben is making history. As you know, we believe here in the Biden-Harris White House that representation matters. He will be the first openly gay communications director, which is very, very important indeed.
Why is that important? Why is his sexual preference important to his job? Does that job entail dealing with gay things, agendas, information? What is his position? Hold up.
Here in the Biden-Harris White House. I also know that forward to welcoming Ben LeBolt. As you all know, he has been announced to replace Kate as communications director back.
Communications director. Let's figure out what that is. Y'all already know. I'm gonna be Googling some. Oh yeah. It's too much. Look, communications directors are public relations professionals who control information between an organization and its customers. That's very important for you to understand. If you even know what the entity that America actually is and what the entity that you are, and you understand the relation between the two, what they are to you, what you are to them, this is crazy. So we're basically saying, okay, there's no gay agenda, yet we're going to celebrate the fact that the person that's in charge of communications directory is a gay dude. Like, it shouldn't matter. It should not matter. It doesn't matter, bro. Who you like to mess with or do on your personal time ain't got nothing to do with how good or qualified you are for the job, bro. And Tucker better hit that.
Back to the White House. I also know that Ben is making history. As you know, we believe here in the Biden-Harris White House that representation matters. He will be the first openly gay communications director, which is very, very important.
Why is it important?
Yay! He's gay! And that's, quote, very, very important. It's pretty thrilling.
See?
Finally, gay people will know they can achieve something in this country. They can leave their jobs at the asphalt plant and head to Washington for fame and fortune. Next thing you know, they'll have TV shows on Bravo. The possibilities are exciting. He is their Jackie Robinson. But you do wonder, what exactly...
Funny, he probably not even gay. That's the crazy part. Like, they bringing it up. Oh, yeah, and by the way, he's openly gay. And funny thing, he probably wasn't even gay. Just to play y'all. Just to do that with y'all mind. Yeah, they think. Come on, man. Get it together.
is the difference in real life between a gay communications director and a straight communications director? Are they really that different? We weren't aware that a communications director's sex life had any bearing on his official duties, but then we don't know everything. Yep. So we called over to the White House today to see how this new gay communications director will be a massive upgrade over the last straight communications director. Unfortunately, they never explained the difference, so we're going to have to take it on faith and just celebrate with everybody else. Joe Biden's doing that. As he's told us repeatedly, do not look beneath the surface. No. Appearance is all that matters. Not only can you judge a book by its cover, yes, you can. From here on out, you're required to judge.
So that brings us to a larger question. What makes a persona trustworthy? Well, first,
This is
a
crazy.
book by its cover. Here is the president.
This will be the first cabinet ever that is evenly composed with as many women as men in the cabinet. This will be.
Is that because these are the most qualified people to be in the cabinet, and it just so happens that there's as many of one gender as the other gender? Yeah, I said it. Gender. What?
Be the first cabinet ever with a majority of people of color occupying this cabinet. And it has more than a dozen history-making appointments, including the first woman Secretary of Treasury, the first African-American Defense Secretary, the first openly gay cabinet member, and the first Native American cabinet secretary.
Well, that sounds amazing. It sounds amazing. It's like one of those old-time Benetton ads. The question is it a good cabinet? Are they capable? No, that's not even relevant. Lloyd Austin, we should say, the Secretary of Defense, is definitely...
I don't want to sound like I am linked one way or the other, because I'm not. But the fact that me and him are saying the same thing, it just comes like it's common sense, y'all. Because it needs to be, I put you in this position, or you're getting this position because of your qualifications to perform the task necessary to hold this position. Not because not because of what you want to do in your private life. Like, none of that should be a factor. None of it should be a concern. And none of it is anybody else's business. So the fact that you're putting it out there, you're putting an importance on it that is imaginary. You're just drawing another line between people. Stop doing that, man. It's a border on a border on a border on a border, and pretty soon people are gonna be in these, like, people are gonna have genres pretty freaking soon.
Definitely a first, and we're going to give him credit for that. He is the very first Secretary of Defense to spend millions of dollars shooting down thrift store balloons with missiles. That's never happened, and he did it. He's the first Secretary of Defense to hand the Taliban thousands of armored vehicles, drones, and helicopters to build them their own army for free. Nobody even thought of doing that before Lloyd Austin arrived. And of course, Lloyd Austin is the first defense secretary to wear not simply a surgical mask to protect himself from a flu virus, but also a full plastic face shield, like he was welding. So you can't say Lloyd Austin hasn't broken important glass ceilings. He has. But weirdly, his boss didn't mention any of that. As far as Joe Biden is concerned, Lloyd Austin's main achievement in life is his genetic makeup. Lloyd Austin was born great. Some people just are. Richard Levine, by contrast, was not born great. Richard Levine was born a white man, which is to say an untouchable, the bottom of the caste system. That is bad. But here's the good news, ladies and gentlemen. With the help of a wig and some falsies,
That's a dude.
Richard Levine rose above his station. He is now a she, and she is now an admiral. Talk about inspiring. Watch this.
I am honored to serve as the first female four-star officer of the U.S. Public Health Service Commissioned Corps.
Now,
Bro. He didn't say woman. Because nobody can tell me what a woman is. And nobody seems to know, not even women. Who knew? Maybe we're all women. maybe woman is the only gender. Who knows? Right? But let's just Google what he said real quick. Female. Of or denoting the sex that can bear offspring or produce eggs. Distinguished biologically by the production of ova that can be fertilized by male, whatever that word is. I don't claim to be the smartest dude on the planet. I just be trying to put two and two together. That's what Google said. And this is the definition from the Oxford languages. Okay. So let's go back and one more time. I just want to hear that.
To serve as the first, I am honored to serve as the first female 4-star officer of the U.S. Public Health Service Commissioned Corps.
Now, the great thing about Richard Levine's new identity is that it wipes away, it washes away, not to use theological language, all previous mistakes, otherwise known as sins. Those don't count anymore because Richard Levine is now Rachel Levine. So Richard Levine exposed nursing home residents to COVID in Pennsylvania, got a lot of them killed. He was a senior health official there. He evacuated his own mother from one of those facilities because, yeah, the plebes died, but not my mom. And that seems like a bad thing. But now that he's wearing women's clothes, it's totally forgiven. That never happened. To mention it is dead naming him. That was his old identity. Come on now, you transphobic creep. The whole federal government operates that way. Doesn't matter how bad you are, as long as you can claim to be a first. Pete Buttigieg is supposedly the first gay cabinet secretary. Now, is he actually gay? He was dating women not that long ago. Shut up. He is now. And because he is, the fact that his tenure has been a disaster for the country, irrelevant. That mushroom cloud over Ohio, it never happened.
That's exactly what I'm saying. How you know these people are even gay? And if they are or aren't, again, it should not matter based on the position requirements, what your sexual preference even is, what skin color you are, or anything. If you're the right MF for the job, then you the right MF for the job. Dude was just dating women not too long ago. He's obviously well past long enough to know if he's this or that. And all of a sudden now he's just gay? I'm going to tell y'all something in the gay community real quick. If I was part of your community, I'd probably be offended by this type of stuff. Because it's like they are really just jumping into that to use it in a advantageous way for themselves and their own selfish wants. It's not because it's actually true or because they believe in gay rights or anything like that. Like, if you ask me, I think everybody should have equal rights. Skin color, sexual preference, whatever. But it shouldn't be part of the topic, because when you start bringing up the colors and the sexual preferences, that's when you start drawing those lines between people. And that becomes dangerous, because you group people together and then they start to feel like no one else understands them and nobody is trying to allow them to push forward with the rest of us. And everybody feels like that. Everybody feels like we're all being left behind while everybody else is being pushed forward. Like, the Black Lives Matter movement wasn't even black. Like, it was just madness, right? And it didn't help black people move forward. Like, but was anybody else moving forward? I don't know. Maybe I'm rambling on, but to me, I'd be offended if these folks were coming out like that. I wouldn't be embracing it like that, because politicians are politicians. Let's just keep it a whole buck. They're trained professional liars. It's what they do. So, I don't know, man. Tell me what y'all think below. I don't really want to watch the rest of this. It's just, it's madness. It's madness what's going on. And, you know, maybe maybe it's time we just start looking inside, you know, and really seeing what's true to us and going with that. I think that's the best thing to do, y'all. But leave a comment below. Let me know what y'all think. But till the next time, y'all, I love you. Peace. New era.
I'm feeling quite bad, so take another token.